with the Joyce Meyer.
The greatest power you possess is your ability to choose. Join Lowe's Moore as he reveals how you can begin to maximize that power by exploring yourself on the deepest levels and committing to making lasting and positive changes. Get ready to achieve breakthroughs that will lead to accelerated growth and transformation because you are now tuned in to The Blueprint.
Why they actions contradict the lamb. I'm fellowshipping when I'm with the fam. That's more relations, that's foreign and foreign.
Good morning and welcome back to the Blueprint Podcast. I'm your host, Lowe's Moore, and I'm excited to be back on this very special Saturday morning Blueprint Podcast. We are, it's Super Bowl weekend. Right, and let's right up front, I want to know who you got. Right, is it Philadelphia? Is it Kansas City? Right up front, I want to know. I want to hear from you guys about who you think is going to win this year's Super Bowl, and put a little caption in there that says why you think. Right, everybody's saying right now that man, it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to vote against him, man, because he just win, right? You could take players away, put players in, players can get hurt, man. No matter what, he figures out a way to win, right? And we all love winners, right? But man, we kind of a little sentimental for Philadelphia, man, and Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, man. Even though I'm in New York, we're a little upset. Because we already knew that Saquon was great, right? And then all of a sudden,
I'm sorry, wait. We don't need to be upset. We ain't won in a while. We just need to cheer Saquon on and call it a day.
Yeah, but we was like, no, pay the man, let him stay in New York. Not that they was going to win, but at least they could be exciting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he could be exciting. They didn't understand that he was the real key.
Uh-huh.
He was the block.
How you not understand that?
I don't know.
How you not understand?
I don't know. You got the wrong people.
The boy is bad.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson said.
Yeah.
The boy is bad. He's bad. You know it.
Yeah, you know it. And so I want to hear from you guys this morning about who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, man, and how you're preparing for. I know we're having wings. We gotta have some wings on that day. Somebody gonna have to bring some wings over. There's some wings and some chips and some dip, on there. But this is the Super Bowl weekend, right? And we're excited to be on the Blueprint Podcast, to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, and then to also interview a very special friend of mine, this morning on the Blueprint Podcast. Before I get started, let me apologize. I got to apologize up front.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because, I wanted to do...
That's right, Eddie. They sure don't.
I wanted to do a second season of the Love Revolution.
Ooh.
Right? And, man, I just didn't.
Can you take that picture with that gray?
No.
Give me a prettier picture.
Well, you was looking kind of hot with that.
I don't know.
You look kind of hot. That's why I put the picture in there. I said, "Oh, my baby look good."
Lord. Help me, Jesus.
And so, I wanted to do the 28 days, of the love revolution, or what we call the Love Challenge 2025, right? And I just couldn't get it together, So I thought I'd take a moment, right? I take a moment each podcast, because even people yesterday, I gotta pay homage, right?
Oh, thank you, Cuzzy.
I got to pay homage. You know, we lost. I lost a friend. I lost a brother.
Yeah.
You know, Gus Williams, and they had the viewing yesterday, and also they had the homegoing, the life celebration yesterday. I mean, Gus looked good there, man. I mean, I would rather to see him in person, you know, but they did an amazing job in regards to Gus. And they're doing an interment this morning at 10 o'clock. You know, I guess that's what they do now is like when Mr. Jones, when Mr. Jones passed away, they rode by the Boys and Girls Club. You know, they rode by the Boys and Girls Club on 10th Avenue, and they rode by the Boys and Girls Club on South Side. And I think they're probably going to ride by, you know, we call it the Fifth Avenue crew, right? The Fifth Avenue crew. I'm sure they're going to ride by Fifth Avenue and then come up past the Boys and Girls Club and then go past 4th Street Playground, you know, where we had many wonderful games out there. I think one of the main reasons, and Pastor Garner said it last night, you know, we all went on to be successful, and the reality of it is that Gus was our first light. He was he lit the tunnel up so that everybody could see that you had an opportunity. That's a T-shirt right there. My youngest daughter Sherelle came down the other day with this T-shirt. I was like, where'd you get the T-shirt from? I guess it's the T-shirt they gave out when Gus' jersey was retired in Seattle. And she came down with it. I mean, I was like, what? Where'd you get a jersey? Man, where's mine at? You know. But anyway, Gus was a legend in my estimation. You know, probably the best player to play at Mount Vernon High School. And we had many, right? It's hard to say that. That's like LeBron, Michael Jordan. It's hard to say. You know, although I had a little flashback, I saw his brother Sam yesterday. He was a senior when I was a sophomore. I mean, we was a pretty bad combination back in the day, man. But that Earl Tatum, Gus Williams, you know, yeah, Scooter and Rodney, my brother Curtis, you know, Smiley on the team, man. So it's hard to say. We can't compare. We don't know who.
And Ben Gordon.
Yeah, then you had Ben Gordon. I mean Isaiah Cousins. You know. Jabari Hines. I mean, you could think about so many.
Kevin Jones.
You know, he had so many. I was just talking about Keith Benjamin. Yeah, we was talking about Keith Benjamin and
now you got
Cornbread,
Ricky Burton, Tony Taylor.
Never seen a shot he didn't like. He earned that good. And but anyway, I was talking about the Love Revolution, and I wanted to show this quick video. You know, and I want to talk about real quick Love 365. You know, I was saying challenge, 28-day challenge, 20-day challenge, but love should be 365. Yeah. 365 a day we should think about love. You know, I may not show the video with Joyce, but I'm going to show you a video. It's no sound. Right? I want to tell you a story about this video. Right? There's a video there.
Okay.
But show the video. There's no sound to it, but I do want to explain. I can explain while you're seeing it, even though it's no sound.
You want me to explain it? Why?
Okay, go ahead.
I would have put it up a different way if you wanted that. So this one you're gonna have to show through and then.
Okay, just show the video.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they can hear us. Ooh, I'm dizzy. Maybe you can talk. Try talking. Can they talk? I don't know.
Am I on mute? I'm on mute.
You're unmuted. Sam, can you hear us? Just shake your head up and down if you hear us. Okay, so talk, Lowe's.
Okay, so real quick, you see that car that just went by, and you saw the steps and stuff like that. So I was out walking last week, and this car, the car right there, I just showed. I'm walking home. I'm in the other direction that my car is in right now. So I'm walking home, and that car turns in front of me pulls in the driveway, he turns around, and then I'm still walking. He stops me. It's an older gentleman, older white gentleman. He stops me, and he says, "Hey, could you do me a favor? I'm handicapped, right? Can you do me a favor? I live in a house right over there, 75, and when it snows, I can't get out my house, right?" And he said, "Would you come by and shovel the snow for me?" Right? So I was like, "Where do you live?" Yeah, So he says, "Right up there, the brown house." And he said, "Where do you live?" He asked me my name. I asked him his name. His name was Rich. And I told him my name, and I said, "I live at 21, right?" He said, "Yeah, if you do me that favor, I always have a hard time getting out my house." So it snowed last week, and of course it melted really quick, right? Remember last week, by the time you got up, the snow was kind of gone, even though I cleaned off everybody's car the night before, right? So this time, I put my shovel in the car, put the salt in the car, put the thing in the car, and it's sleeting, right? It's sleet, and it's ice, everywhere. So I was like on my way to the gym, and so I rode by his house. I said, "Oh man, I forgot." Right? So I stopped, go back home and get my shovel.
That's the house right there.
That's the house right there. Get my shovel, and I get the broom, and I get the salt, and I go back, and it's like ice. I clean off his car, and I work my way up the steps right to his front door, and then he had you see the long path.
That's long.
Yeah, and it's ice, so you got to chop it up and scrape it all off. And I go all the way up to his front door. He's looking out the window. He comes out. I said, "Oh, thank you. I didn't know that you was gonna do it. I appreciate it. I got a doctor's appointment this morning I need to get to." But the whole thing is I didn't even have to lift weights at the gym because I had to carry that the salt up the stairs. And then I had to shovel, and
Gotta be careful these days.
Yeah, you do. But I mean, I've been lifting and swimming, and so that these are some of the things that you want to continue to do as you get older, And I felt good, that number one, I remember some people say yes.
Yeah.
How people say, "Pray for me," right?
Yeah.
They should pray for them right then and there.
Yes.
Right. But they wait. They say, "I'm gonna pray for you," and they leave, and then they forget about praying. But I thank God I could remember. I thank God that I had the energy to be able to go help. I mean, that's what the love revolution is all about.
That's right.
Right. That's a good way to start off, this year, 2025, with love. And
Yes.
we're gonna need unconditional love in this day and time. But that's my love revolution moment.
Excellent.
Right.
Good job.
Yeah. Good. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, good job.
I told him, I said, "Look, if you might see my son-in-law, because I'm gonna tell him. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it every single time, but I'm gonna tell somebody. I'm gonna tell my men in the King movement, right? And there's a gentleman over here at 75. You want to meet me over here? We can come over here and shovel a couple." He said, "There's no kids on the street. You have any kids?" I said, "Because that's what kids used to do. They used to go around looking for a little bit of money, but ain't no real kids on our block, anymore." Right, so we got mostly adults there, but anyway, that's my love revolution moment.
Oh.
Right, my act of kindness.
Nice.
If you can find it in your heart, an act of kindness every single day for 365 days a week. If you can think about who I can help, who can I call and encourage, right, every day for 365 days.
Excellent.
Right, and at the end of it, and don't forget that I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for your support of the Blueprint Podcast each and every week, right? We're live on Facebook, Lowe's More the Blueprint on Facebook, Lowe's More the Blueprint on YouTube. And don't forget, right, if you don't have either one of those, the Phoenix National Network, PNN, we're on PNN and Roku, and we're on the Fire TV stick as well, right? And thanks to my man, Philip Reed, for that opportunity. All right, so let's get rolling. This morning, I want to talk about the book of the week real quick, right? Deion Sanders, with Don Yeager, and forwarded by John C. Maxwell. Man, elevate and dominate 21 ways to win on and off the field. Since we dealing with Super Bowl week, man, of course Deion Sanders has won the Super Bowl, but this is an awesome read right here. Make sure you get that copy. And I remember that we're on here, and let me tell you one of the reasons why I have a book every week, why I have a word every week, and why I have an affirmation every week, right? Because I mean, it was a staggering statistic the other day. I was watching the morning news, and they was talking about the decline of reading among everybody, but particularly young people. How young people not reading, right? And your success is dependent upon, your ability. If you're going to be successful academically, if you're going to be successful in life, right? You got to read, right? And that was my Achilles heel coming up. I struggled, in terms of my ability to read and comprehend, and also to write, and as I got those things, as I become average at it, right? I became average and then try to get above average, I excelled after that. And so this is important. I mean, it's important for you to have a library, right, in your house, right? You should be, if you got young kids, you should build a library, because all your successful people, all your wealthy people and successful people, if you look in the offices of all those people, you know what they have? They have a library, right? So build a library. If you want your kids to be successful, your grandkids to be successful, get them to start reading now, right? As you see, I got some amazing books behind me. My wife's book, So What, right? Got The Forge. And then I threw Barry Gordy, To Be Loved, right? And, get out and read, man. Read. You want to relax? Read, right? Invest in yourself? Read, right? And so here's the words of the week. I got words of the week. Elevate and dominate, right? Elevate yourself and then dominate, right? And those are the two words of the week. And here's the affirmation, right? I love this one. The Pierce Harper affirmation moment, right? It said, the devil saw me with my head down.
Come on.
And thought he had won until I said amen. Woo! I like that every morning, right?
Can you read that again?
Huh?
Just read that again.
The devil saw me with my head down and thought he had won until I said amen. Amen. I like that one. And this here is my music and movie of the week. Right? CeCe Winans. Right? Music of the week, man. You can listen to any of hers at any time, past or present, and she's good.
Oh, CeCe.
CeCe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, CeCe's good. And then, man, if you've never seen this movie before, since we're talking about the Super Bowl, we're going to talk about a little bit of football, and we're going to add a little basketball to it, too. Check out this movie, MVP, true story, of a struggling veteran who wanted to get back in football, had too many injuries, head injuries, and different things like that, right? And he was just trying to deal with now not being able to didn't want to retire, but they wanted to retire him, right? He thought he had more, and they didn't think so. And so he's struggling, gets connected. Somehow he gets connected with a veteran, right, from the military, who's going through something he was experiencing, is what we all experience when we retire from something that we love to do, right? We always struggle. And the veteran was struggling with, I guess what they call them, post-traumatic
Yes.
stress disorder, and, struggling to exist, contemplating suicide and different things like that. And they meet, connect, and start a organization called MVP between professional football players and veterans, right? So check that movie out. It is a very powerful movie. And then here's my person of the week is Tony Dorsett, one of my all-time greatest football player, right? You got to add, Gale Sayers, and you got to add O.J. Simpson, but Tony Dorsett, when I went to West Virginia University, he was a nightmare for us at West Virginia. Heisman Award winner, NFL Super Bowl champion.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
Tony
was a
Dorsett was a bad boy. He was one of the reasons why I went over to Dallas, man, because New York wasn't doing anything.
See, that's what you call not a real fan.
Yeah, but I had to go. Tony was a bad boy.
Man, all the time the Knicks lost, you ain't left. But not
Yes,
true.
I did.
You did. I was gonna say you did. You were the Chicago Bull fan. You became a Golden State Warrior fan.
Yeah.
And you were a Los Angeles Lakers.
And I wanted to cheer for the Knicks. And I wanted to cheer for the Giants. So only alternative to that is to go old school. Old Knicks, old Giants, old Jets, right? That's old Rangers. So anyway.
Yeah.
But that's my personal.
We got a couple of shout outs.
Happy birthday. Who we got here? We got
What? That's your niece. Shige and Nicole.
Shige and Nicole. Happy birthday.
And all the way from Japan.
They in Japan.
They live in Japan.
They live in Japan now?
Yeah.
I thought they was in Germany. They was in Germany.
They moved to Japan.
Moved to Japan.
Yeah.
They was in Japan first, right?
Well, he's from Japan. So
Happy birthday to you guys.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. How many years has it been?
I don't know.
They've been married a little while.
Happy
anniversary.
They got together in college. So it's been a long time.
Awesome. Happy anniversary. And then, Lisa. Happy birthday. I'm going to give these birthdays and anniversaries together. Happy birthday, Lisa.
That's my BF.
Yeah.
That's right.
Your best friend.
Since 6 months old. I'm 6 months older than she is.
And so Lisa's doing physical fitness and conditioning and all that
Boxing.
kind of boxing. Okay.
Yeah, she works with boxing with the young people.
Yeah, man. Boxing keep you in shape, man. That's what Denzel's doing, man. That's what you see. Box every day. Yeah. So, and
I had box lunch. No,
yeah, box. She said she had box lunches. It's like remember Isaiah? I was in the car with my son, my youngest son Isaiah. I said, Isaiah, he was in elementary school. I said, man, what's your favorite class, man? He said lunch. He said lunch. I said, there ain't no class.
You know it's bad if lunch is your favorite subject in school and the food is nasty.
Right. No, he said his favorite thing was lunch.
So he is in
Losey performed last night
in Lexington,
Kentucky. And
it was his first show in a while because he hurt his
Achilles calf muscle. He has something on the bottom of his foot. No pain, no gain.
Yeah. So he's in Lexington today at 1:00 and 7:30, and then tomorrow 1:00 and 6:30, and then next week he spends the whole week in Fort Worth, Texas. They get to learn a little bit about Fort Worth. I don't know anybody in Fort Worth. Do you?
I think I know a couple of people in Fort Worth.
I don't know a soul. And so anybody in Fort Worth, y'all pass the word that ain't too proud. The life and times of the Temptations are going to be right there in Fort Worth, Texas.
Awesome. Yeah. So let's get rolling here.
Get rolling.
I want to show the first video here of my guest. I'm looking forward to this. The first video is his
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Let's
all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Hall of Fame.
All right, let's do it.
So we're here for a little surprise for Sam Clancy. It happens to be his birthday, but we are going to surprise him and let him know that he's going to be inducted into the Pitt Athletics Hall of Fame. He has no idea, I don't think. His wife's here, and we're celebrating his birthday, so I'm going to do a little surprise burst in here, and we'll see how it goes.
Believe me, I do not need cake.
I never get invited to, how do you guys, I thought you had the birthday party downstairs. I never get invited. Happy birthday. How are you?
It must be a happy 61 or
It must be a big day. Is this like a big celebration?
It is.
So you want one more surprise?
What's the one more surprise?
Yeah. Are you ready?
No.
No? No?
I don't know if I can handle it anymore.
What?
What's up, man?
You know, I've got one more surprise.
This is a surprise. So this is not just a surprise.
Hey, that better be the surprise. That better be the surprise. Okay, you are being inducted into our Pitt Athletics Hall of Fame next year. So, welcome.
To be inducted to the Hall of Fame is surreal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Explain what just happened or describe what just happened.
Today, it is an honor for me to make this special announcement. Pitt men's basketball and Pitt athletics is going to honor a true legend in the city of Pittsburgh in Pitt men's basketball when we retire Sam Clancy's number 15 jersey.
Slam bam Sam Clancy wearing number 15, the senior.
Sam Clancy almost single-handedly turned around Pitt's basketball program.
He was at once graceful and bruising.
He was finesse. He was a bull. He was the ultimate athlete.
He was carved out of granite, and he was muscle and bone.
And he could get up and down the court as quick as guards.
Clancy on the break.
I knew Sam's mother. His mother was a great woman. Now, he had a strong family, and they were always there. That had to play a great role in it, I know for sure. And I know he had great love and respect for his mom and his family.
My mom and dad taught me to appreciate the game. And no matter what we do, to appreciate whatever you're doing. And at this time it was basketball. To have this honor, I think about them. Excuse me if I get a little sentimental. Because I know what it took for me to get here, and I know what they sacrificed for me to have the success.
He made crucial baskets, played in big games.
Sam Bam Clancy, in my opinion, one of the greatest athletes, if not the greatest athlete ever to come out of the boundary of the city of Pittsburgh.
Fifth Avenue was nearly invincible, ranked number 2 in the nation. I got a phone call from one of the coaches. He said, "You got to come see this kid down at Fifth Avenue."
Sam is a man who just connects with people immediately. People are drawn to him. He just has a way of establishing relationships with people that are pretty incredible.
I love Pitt. I'm a Pitt guy through and through. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh. Grew up on Pitt football, basketball, baseball, soccer, everything. And to come back to the University of Pittsburgh and see that people still think of me the same way as when I was here in school. That's why I love about it.
Welcome to the Blueprint Podcast, my man.
Oh man, you had me tearing up here again. Tell you, my wife walked out and she said, "I got to go back in the room and everything." I shouldn't be crying. I'm up here. Hey, while I'm up here, wiping my eyes and everything. Every time I see my parents. Oh man.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. And my pleasure, man. I mean, we had the rivalry between West Virginia and Pittsburgh was amazing. I mean, it was like we really didn't like each other. I mean, you just fall right into it. I wasn't from West Virginia, right? So I come to it and you just get in it automatically, man. You know, starting with, going there in the football games, right? And before we even started playing basketball against each other.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It started with the football game, and I'll never forget. Like, this is why Tony Dorsett, man, kind of transformed me.
Traitor.
I was a traitor. My wife said I was a traitor.
TD is my good friend, man. One of the reasons why I went to Pitt.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
Well. Go ahead. Tell your story, though, Lo.
So what happened was, I get there and I'm watching Tony play, you know, in the college football game. He's like the man. He's up for the Heisman Award. You know, Pitt is just awesome. And he's running for like, in 2-3 quarters, he's running for like 365, 385 again. And I'm talking about against Notre Dame. And I mean, he's running everywhere, right? So I've been sitting in training table, right? And we're in training table with the football team, right? So they come by, man, we about to kill Pitt this week. Man, Tony ain't getting over 50 yards. I said, hold up, I ain't even a betting man. I'm not even a betting man, and I'm taking this bet, you know, like that 50 yards. I was like, okay, all right. We and then they wanted to get into we in West Virginia. They want to get into it with me because I said he was gonna get more than 50 yards on there, right? So I was like, so we go to the football game. We're sitting up on the wall behind the team, right? And the first play, I mean, after they kicked it off, take it at the 20. The first play, they used to do that little pitch, you know, pitch it to him to the right, and man, all of a sudden they collided. I was like, oh my God, they just killed Tony. I mean, like the first hit, right? And everybody's getting up off the ground. You look to your left, and Tony's in the end zone. He got 80 yards on the first play. I was like, man, let's go get some lunch, man. You know. Oh man.
No, man, he's an awesome brother too, man. I get a chance to host him every time he come in because obviously, you know, of his CTE issue, his memory issues, his short-term issue is not that great.
Right.
And stuff. So his wife, I am entrusted. His wife, I love her because she entrusts me with him when he comes up here to take care of him, to make sure he get to where he got to be at, do what he got to do and all that stuff, man, to keep him on point and stuff like that, though. So Tony, though, was the reason that they sealed the deal for me. I was probably already leaning towards Pitt, but they kind of sealed the deal, man, when I'm up at the football game and he come off the side and we playing Penn State or West Virginia up at the old stadium. I'm not sure which one. And he run, hey, Sam, you got to stay home, man. Do it for your family, man. Do it for your community. I'm telling you, man, you would not regret it, though. So right from the word on, I said, all right, man. I was already leaning towards Pitt anyway. It's a done deal. I go, Mom. Tony said, stay here. I'm gonna stay here, though. So, you know. But he's an awesome brother. And this year, speaking of Notre Dame now, this year is we play Notre Dame in November on the 50th anniversary to the day, from what I heard at work, to the day where Tony had the 303 yards on him on Notre Dame, where they said nobody would never do that. So that's what they talking. So we trying to find a way to celebrate that game. We're definitely gonna bring TD back up because we played Notre Dame. I mean, so it's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah, and then he was a little
to the date.
I know he's a little disrespectful too because he used to come to West Virginia when he played basketball games.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And get on the side of the students and just start yelling Pitt. You know, like I mean, he's crazy.
That's some arrogance here now. I don't know if I'd have done that though without my entourage now.
Yeah, and the thing is, he was disrespectful to us because one time he ran through us, and the dude is trying to catch him. He had already went through, and he turned around backwards. He had the football out like this, and he's running backwards, and the guy still couldn't catch him.
Yeah,
he was a little disrespectful, man.
So he was there though, because don't forget when Tony was in school though. So not like you and now, we would go back and forth. Who would win? This year we all win. We would win. We had the battle. So they had Billy Knight. No, he was in school with Billy Knight. No.
Yeah.
So with that crew and all that stuff, so he got a little arrogant because those guys right there was bad.
Yeah. No, I was with Billy and he was with the at that time it was Pacers. He was also with Kansas City. When he had a little moment with Kansas City. I met him for the first time, Billy Knight. What a heck of a nice guy, man. Just
he's the best, man.
You know,
he's the best, man. He really is.
And we were talking like I was like, man, Sam is the only person I like at Pittsburgh that I would even acknowledge. He said, because he said it to me the other day, man. He said, man, you're kind of the only guy in West Virginia I really like, you know. and then I thought about it, right? I thought about like, oh man, I had a couple of people from Mount Vernon that, Law Robinson played for the football team at Pittsburgh. Man, we were down. I was telling you we was down there at alumni thing, and the game came on, and my wife was over there talking about my cousin plays for Pittsburgh and stuff like that, and he makes the interception and runs that thing back, and all the people, you know how they in Morgantown, they turn around and look at my wife like they wanted to kick her out.
Hey, man, what your wife doing in here, Lo?
I said I cheered for everybody else, West Virginia, but it's like if you go to a game and you got fam on one side and fam on the other, I used to coach girls basketball, and I used to have a player at LaSalle and a player at West Virginia, and I would go up in the stands and cheer for both of them.
That's when you do it, yeah. And then the other cat was, he went to New Rochelle, but he lived in Mount Vernon. I don't know how he managed that, but Clive Vaughn.
Man.
Yeah, Clyde could shoot it.
He shoot that ball, boy.
Yeah, he could shoot it. Mid-range, master of the mid-range.
He was, boy.
Yeah.
And he had that first fadeaway to me, boy.
Yeah.
Fadeaway, man.
And then Keith Benjamin, right? When I coached Keith, man, that boy could not practice. I mean, that's one thing you had to learn about a player, right? Because in practice, he was terrible. I mean, he had no energy for practice. I mean, you trying to get him to play defense, you try to get him to do this and that, man. But man, you put him on at game time, he started rolling, And I seen him the other day, man. I mean, yesterday at Gus's thing yesterday, man.
My condolences on Gus, man. I had a chance to when I got drafted by the Phoenix Suns, I did my workout in New York. My agent was in New York, and they got a chance to play against Gus and his brother in the summer league.
In the summer league, yeah.
I forget the summer league that we did, but I got a chance to know him and his brother, and I had a chance to, as a young man, ball against him and stuff. So my condolences, man. He was a real good brother, good brother.
And before we get rolling here, I got a couple of stories I got to tell.
Go say hi. Go say Papa.
Oh, come over here.
Come on.
I got this little guy here.
Hey.
He been eating some rocks.
Hey, man.
You want to say hello? Hold on. Sit up.
Say hello.
Say hello, Mr. Clancy. Say, hey, Mr. Clancy, how you doing?
No. Speak clearly.
How you doing?
Say it. Say, Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam.
You can't be shy. I know you're not shy.
Mr. Sam.
Say, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Handsome guy.
Come here, guy. Come here.
All right, man.
How old is he?
4.
4. Oh man.
And he's really very talkative and very loud and very busy.
How many you got, man?
Well, 3 in terms of blood, and now there's about the other. What? How many?
5.
5.
So,
that
so
my godsons.
Yeah. I got I got 5 in terms of blood and 7 step grands. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
So
I love it.
Man.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, we are soft grandparents, though. I'm telling you, we ain't
we
are.
That's what happened. That's what happened when you become older. You become softer.
I know I ain't like my parents now. I'm butt whipping that gat now. I'm telling you now. They wouldn't. When my parents lived, they wouldn't dare hit the kids, man. I know I don't touch the grandkids.
Yeah.
We try to teach them right though, but still, but we got. Hey.
That's up to the parents. So I got a couple of real quick. Watch the cord. Step over. Real quick Sam Clancy stories. Okay. So Sam and I, right in college, were invited to the Pan Am trials. Ooh. 70, 75 of the best college players in the country. Indiana University. Bobby Knight is the coach.
No, this is 79.
Yeah. Bobby Knight's the coach. right? So we there, man. Everybody's intimidated by Bobby, right? But because we don't know what he gonna do or say. But so we there. I mean, it's who's who, from Mark Aguirre, Kyle Macy,
Jaminski,
Frank Johnson, Jaminski, Ralph Sampson, Buck Williams. I mean, you name it, they were there.
King, everybody, man.
Yeah, I think what was Darryl Griffith there? I don't think Darryl. No, Darryl wasn't there. Darryl wasn't there. No, he wasn't there. But
no, he wasn't there.
Yeah, 75 of the best college players in the country. We balling out. First day, man. We balling out, right? Sam goes up for a rebound. Buck Williams there. I think Buck was there. Ralph Sampson. They playing against him. Sam goes up for a rebound. Turns around. 5 dudes on the ground, laying on the ground. I hear Bobby Knight blow the whistle. He comes. He said, "Everybody come in." He said, "Look, I don't know who gonna make this team, but Sam Clancy gonna be on this team." He said, "Sam gonna be on this team."
hey, I'm gonna tell you this story though. And Bobby Knight's true to his word though, because we were down. How long we were down? A week or so?
Yeah, we like over a week.
Yeah, and 3 days before the cut, George Raveling, remember George Raveling?
Yeah, George Raveling was there.
He came to me, really, bro. He came to me and said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you this. Coach Knight loves you." He said, "I'm telling you this because I'm a good friend with Tim Gergowitz, your coach." And he go, "Hey, keep doing what you're doing because you got a spot on this team now. Don't mess it up." Hey, don't tell nobody. So I couldn't call home and tell everybody, there wasn't no cell phones anyway.
You had to go to the payphone and put some coins
in. Man, and of course, it didn't go long enough now.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, but man, it was a blessing, man. So I went there, man, worked there. I'm really trying to hurt some guys then.
Yeah.
Oh man, he like that physicality, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all great, man. It's all great though. Man.
Yeah, it was so many great coaches, so many great players, and I remember at the end, and I played well because Isaiah Thomas was a freshman.
Yeah. The freshman, him and Ralph.
Yeah, of course he was gonna make it. Yeah, he was gonna make it, of course, because he was going to.
Because he's going to Indiana.
Indiana, yeah. So that was my roommate, Isaiah, Mark Aguirre, and this guy Bradley, Chris Bradley or something like that. Yeah, man, they were my roommates, and I remember the last day I was a little disappointed, man, and then John Thompson came out and
Johnny Dorn made the team.
Yeah, John Thompson and what's the other the coach from North Carolina, Dean Smith. Yeah. So hey man, they said, man, you had a great camp, man. I mean, you should be on this team, man. Like that, because I was balling out. And he said, and he said it's just too many players, and we got to get down. And then it was more big name recognition than anything. So that's but I just for them coming up, stopping me and saying what they said was a big deal for me.
Well, and, I think that's important because for one, they had to get their guys on they saying that too, because they both had to get their guy on there. Michael Corn was for North Carolina.
That's right. They got him on there.
And then Johnny Dorn was Georgetown.
Yeah.
They were telling you that they really telling you, man, you really should be on this team. But we got our guys on here too. And one of them playing the same position.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the same position.
Yep.
But man, that's a testament to the way you balled out. Remember that though, man.
Yeah.
And remember Kevin McHale, man. Kevin McHale was unorthodox, man. Was the hardest guy to me to guard.
Yeah.
Man. So he was stronger than what he looked too, man. He had a funny chest. That big knot in his chest, remember?
Yeah. Had the shoulders all the way up to his neck.
Yeah, but he can play, man. Kevin was a tough dude, man. You see the career he had in the NBA.
Yeah. No, he was tough, man.
Yeah.
And then my other story, I don't know if many of you guys knew this, but Sam and I, right, because I played in the NBA for a year, and then I found myself to be in the CBA in Billings, Montana. and me and Sam was on the same team in Billings, Montana. We had an all pro team. Marlon
Oh
Redmond.
man.
He ain't seen a shot he didn't like. Clay,
Clay
Johnson. Yeah, man. Big Rich.
Yeah, Big
Oh
Rich,
my
man. I
God.
remember
Man, we
Big
had,
Rich got kicked out of the game. The same, remember the last
yeah,
game
yeah.
of the season, we both got kicked out.
Yeah, but,
Mine was because I punched somebody, but Big Rich, I forget he hit somebody too though. Huh?
yeah.
Oh man,
Oh
yeah, man.
man. And
That's why
then
George Carl hate me now, man.
yeah, George Call. Yeah, he was
Even though
Great Falls, Montana. He
yeah,
was the coach at Great Falls, Montana.
It was his guy that I hit and everything. And, George is from Pittsburgh now, so I thought I'd get some leeway. But Gerger used to tell me when they was up together with the Nuggets, he said, "Man, your boy George Carl all the time, every day, he say, Sam broke my guy's jaw. This is it's 40 years." 40 years.
And he's still talking about it.
He's still talking about it. Like, oh man, he'll never forget it. I thought Pittsburgh guys, we forgive each other, man, but not George.
Not George. Man, and the crazy part was Sam, I lived in this apartment along with Marlon Redmond near the city. Sam lived out on a farm.
We on a farm.
It snowed like crazy out there. And Sam like, yo, man, I got snowmobiles. So we out there in the middle of the night riding snowmobile. We could have got killed. We was zooming past each other on the snowmobile. I had never ridden a snowmobile ever. And Sam was out there.
Man, my roommate was Harry Hannigan, man.
Yeah. And Harry's father was the owner of the LA Times.
Yep.
Yep. And that boy was rich.
Yeah.
Snowmobiles out there. We was like,
man. We riding on the thing. First time I've ever been on a snowmobile in my life. It was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. And so we had great battles between Pittsburgh and West Virginia. And so talk a little bit about you mentioned earlier about mom and dad. So talk about growing up, mom, dad, siblings, growing up with them, and what they taught you around the focus of the importance of family, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
the importance of faith and the importance of getting a good education.
Well, and I don't want to tear up on this podcast here though, but I might. My eyes, you see, my eyes run anyway. Though. But just try to let your wife know I ain't crying. I might be just my allergies away here. So, but anyway,
Boom.
First of all, with in my household, first of all, it was faith, family, then everything else.
Right.
And my mom, to honestly say, and I come from a huge family. I'm talking about, when I say huge, 400 cousins 400 relatives on my mom's side, 300 on my dad's side.
Sound like your family.
Yeah. My mom is a family of 11, my dad's a family of 9, and I'm telling you, they put out. I think we had the least amount in our household with 4 kids. I'm telling you, we had the least amount. But it was always from the time. We were the only family members at the time, and I don't want to say the only ones, but that were constantly in the church. Constantly as a little kid. Now, sometimes it would snow so bad, and our pastor drives the bus, the yellow bus. It would snow so bad though, and me and my brother, because we go on the bus when my mom would bring my 2 sisters down later on, and we go on the bus. Before the bus comes, man, he ain't gonna make it up this hill. How hilly Pittsburgh is.
Yeah,
he ain't coming.
Yeah.
So he went a little late. So you're a little kid. Yeah, we were a little late. We didn't even take our clothes off and everything. And next that yellow bus, you hear it come cranking up here. So right from the very start, though, man, it was always faith. You put God first. Jesus Christ is so a savior of all of us. So we were taught that at an early age, and to put him first, and then there's nothing you can't achieve if you put him first in our life. That was number one in our household. Number two, my father only had one rule, all right, and he said, "Don't disrespect your name." He said, "The Clancy name is my name." This is what he taught us. I said, "Hey,
if you're representing me, you're representing your mom. So if you go out there and do something that is disrespectful to someone else, then it's disrespectful to us. So I had to live by that. Even though you know how I was on the court. Sometimes my dad be on a steel mill, my mom go and snitch on me because I want to get in a fight on the court and everything, something like that. But it was a simple rule, man, to live by. A simple rule that I try to put into my life the whole time. Obviously, at times I was a goofball. We all were done some things that, as a young person, but that's why I live by, though. And then the importance of education, though. Let me tell you about, I promised my mom that I would graduate from college, though. Now, the thing, though, in coming back to Pitt, okay, when I left Pitt, I didn't have my degree. And then I was gone 27 years. I'm almost ashamed to talk about it sometimes. I was gone 27 years before I come back, not only to get my degree, but to go to a Pitt event. All right, because the administrations have changed so much, like I said, the communication, like now with emails and text messages, it wasn't like that when we came out, though. You know that.
Yeah.
So every time administration changed, you never know if you won it on campus, but you never reached out either,
right,
to see if you were won it. So it was because of the one lady you see in my video, the blonde lady, Donna Sands. She was one of our administrators, and then I was coaching with the Raiders. Well, I got fired from the Oakland Raiders, and she said, and she had reached out to me because of she heard from one of our alumni that I was at a golf outing playing with his attorney out there, and they knew my daughter wanted to go be a lawyer, and then she heard that I wanted, they said they knew I didn't have my degree, so she said, hey, we still would take care of your degree, that we got this program, if you're serious about coming back, finish up your degree. I'm like, am I? For one, coming back home, my mom's health was deteriorating a little bit, my dad had already passed, and so it gave me an opportunity to come home, be with family, get that education while my mom was still above ground, and then just hold true to my, I told you I was gonna get it, and matter of fact, me and my daughter was in school at the same time. She was going to law school at Pitt, and I'm going undergrad, So, hey, then I get mad. Listen, I get mad when she don't want to help me with my homework. I'm like, hey, you gonna help me? She said, Daddy, I ain't got your class now. I got my own stuff to do. Hey, because I come back and everything was a time of laptops. And here I am sitting in my class with a notepad. All the kids got laptops opened up. I'm like, man, I'm in another world now. But I wanted to make sure I wanted to do that for her before she passed, and I wanted to do it for myself, and I wanted to do it before my heaven, before my kids get theirs and my grandkids. Didn't want them to pass me up and everything, though. So I just wanted to. The way to teach how important education was for my family, for my mom and dad, for my brothers and sister, how it was that's what I wanted to, and it was that way for our kids, and I want to do that now for our grandkids. Make sure education is number one. You're not gonna get nowhere. I heard you say in the segment, read some books, because it's gonna take you where you want to go.
Yeah, and now you're doing something with the alumni now, right?
I'm the director of the Varsity Letter Club, though, which is I'm gonna mention Donna Sands again. When she said Sam got a way to connect with people,
right?
The reason, she's the one that hired me in a role. Now I'm volunteering over on the football staff. I met No Low and stuff. I'm volunteering over there with Dave Wanstead, head football coach, right? And then and I think Donna's seen how I was with everybody. Everybody come to me, hey, my personality is brilliant. And she said, Sam, I think we got a job for you if you want it. So she took me over, and Steve Peterson was the athletic director, and they said, Sam, we see how you interact with all the alumni, everybody just congregate to you. Hey,
we got this job, the Varsity Letter Club. It's about building alumni relations. Will you be interested? Hey, I mean, I said, I got to learn what's about. They said, they said, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And I'm like, oh, I said, I can do that then. I can do that. So and that's what I do now. And that's just alumni engagement, though. I am fortunate, though, because I got a alumni, besides the former student athletes, which is about 7,000 strong. I'm also with just the alumni, the regular alumni and donor base. So it gives me an opportunity to reconnect with people that have been out of my life for a number of years, and then build back up relationships that were gone and that were lost and everything. So it's a rewarding job for me, Rose. I mean, it really is, though, because I take pride in it. Matter of fact, my mentor on this job was a guy who played football in the 1950s. He had the same role that I have, and he taught me all about it. It's all about people.
Right.
And so I was blessed because I got a chance to build relationship with guys from the 40s as well as guys today. So and I'm telling you, the guys from the 40s, 50s, and 60s are different than every generation. I can see the change and what's important to them in life, and how Pitt means to them, what Pitt means to them, though. You can see the change and everything. So it was a rewarding. It is a rewarding job.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, because all relationships, man, that's all we know how to do. I think we're very good at. I was at the viewing, a couple of viewings they had yesterday, and the funeral, or the life celebration of life. So, guys go away, right, and then they come back home and they looking at each other, but they don't really know who they are, right? And so I'm the guy that says, that's that's such and such, like that, because everywhere I go, I always think about Mount Vernon, right? And where are the people? And somebody will always tell me when I'm going somewhere, hey, such and such moved there. So when I go, I always say, let me reach out to them, at least talk to them on the phone, because they was also connected either to the high school, or they were connected to the Boys and Girls Club, growing up. And so now you get to see them, whether you go to Memphis or wherever you're at, you just meet somebody there, and you have California, you just reach out to people, and and you make those connections. So I'm in there making connections, like,
right. That's right.
Remember, you remember that guy right here? What's his name? And they were like, he looked familiar. I said, that's Bubbles right there. When I say David Belton, David Belton, Bubbles. Everybody's like, because everybody looks so different, because everybody's gotten older.
Hey, I'm telling you what, you're better than me in remembering names and faces and everything. I come back though, and they be like, "What's up, Sam? What's going on?" My wife goes, "Who's that?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know if it's a cousin or somebody." Even with her though, and I had to train her a little bit. I had to train her when they go, "What's up, Sam?" And I go, "Yo, man, what's going on? How you doing? Everything good? How you been?" And then my wife, I give my wife a little nudge like that, and she go, "Hey, I'm sorry, my husband's so ignorant. What's your name?" Then boom.
Good. That's how y'all be. That's why y'all belong together. Good wife.
Good wife.
She's a help meet.
And he's saying, "Help me."
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, she. But it took her about a couple of months to get. I'm like, yo, if I don't introduce you, that means I don't know their name. You gotta go say, hey, my husband, hey, forget it. He's a little ignorant though. He I don't know where his manners at. You know what I'm saying? What's your name? They're like, oh, thank you, baby.
So on the show, occasionally I have what we call is a curiosity question, right? And it's not up there, so we're gonna run with this one, right? And we were talking about they named, Sam won a high school championship, state championship, and in high school, but they named, along with the into the Hall of Fame and the jersey retirement, right? They named Sam Clancy Way, the block that he stays on. And we were having a conversation earlier about the great August Wilson.
Yes.
Yes, and I was telling him that Denzel was in
Fences.
In Fences. Well,
In
Denzel
Pittsburgh.
was in Pittsburgh.
For Fences.
And my son, Losey, was his understudy and stand-in in Fences.
Yes.
So, and then Sam said,
Make me go watch that movie again.
Oh, yeah.
yes. So Sam says, you know, he started talking about what? Your block. And that they named after you. So talk a little bit about August Wilson and your block and stuff like that.
Well, the August Wilson Museum.
Yeah, Denzel
right
helped
on the
to
corner.
raise the money for.
Yep, right on the corner of Sam Clancy Way and Roberts and Bedford. It's Roberts. Bedford Avenue, the street I grew on, the second house, right there on Bedford Ave on that corner. And August Wilson Museum is directly across the street from where I grew up at.
Wow.
And this matter of fact, it's been, I guess it took them a while to finish it, but they finished it like 2 or 3 years ago, something like that though. But it's nice though. They they got a little courtyard that they hold some plays out there. They do a little entertaining out there. It is a small little house now. It's not nothing great, you know, but it takes up 2 little lots, and it's right on that corner now. Now August never played ball. I knew him as a little kid. Probably when I say little, I'm talking about 8, 10, maybe 12 years old, something like that. Though he would, I know his brother. We played ball with his brother. His brother, we call him White Beaver. You know, cause it's like white chocolate. Like that's fine. you know how it is. You got the white guy can ball up with the brothers. Not only black neighborhood. You call him white. We call him just White Beaver. Those like so he had game in football, baseball, basketball. He had it all, man. But August would walk through the playground all the time when we hooping, and he got his briefcase around his, one of them long briefcases that hang down to your waist. On his side there, and he always had a notepad in his hand. Now, me, I'm between 8 to 12 years old. You don't know if he's writing notes. And just for a second, I swear, we all thought, man, I don't know, Beaver, your brother weird, man. He always had a notepad in his hand and everything, though. So, but hey, fast forward to many years later, and I seen this first. My wife and I seen his first play, and we didn't know. He said, August Wilson. I'm like, August Wilson. We in San Francisco. I'm coaching with the Raiders. He said, August Wilson got to play. Come down, August Wilson. I know that man. I said, and I'm telling my wife, he grew up down the street, a block and a half from where I live at. And next man, I mean, he's just the tremendous playwright. What he's done, what he's talked about the Hill District. Every one of his plays about the Hill District. I mean, Crawford Grill, the entertainers that come through there. Those all people I heard from my parents growing up that he probably got notes from his parents and stuff. So and I wrote about, man. It just was an honor to know him. I wish I'd have known him better, but he was quite older than what we were, but we did get a chance to know him and talk to him and interact with him at a young age.
So, yeah, man, just hear Denzel for years talk about August Wilson. I mean, he admired August Wilson and the work that all the things that he had written. We have seen several plays of August Wilson, on Broadway. And, remember it was James Earl Jones, remember?
Yeah, we saw Fences on Broadway, but
we saw Belly. Was it Belly? Jelly? Something like that we saw.
Yeah, the one with, oh gosh.
He had written that one too.
Yeah, yeah.
And Denzel had made a commitment that there were about 10 plays.
But they just said the piano, wasn't the piano lesson?
The piano lesson, the piano lessons, yeah. And they're just is on Netflix now. And I think it was Jelly. I think it was Jelly. We went to see, and Denzel had committed to, and he just said it recently, to bring in 10 of his plays onto the screen. You know, because that's how much he loved August's work. You know,
Jitney.
That's awesome.
Jitney.
It was Jitney.
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 That's what we call him in Pittsburgh.
I don't know where I got jelly from, a layup or something. A jelly layup or something.
Well, you were close. That's why I was able to find it, because you were close.
Yeah, I don't know, because Jitney here was our taxi.
Yeah, it was about the taxi company.
Yeah. You know, everybody goes, the brothers down there who, you know, some of them employed, some of them maybe put down and sit down there. You call, hey man, I need a ride. You know.
Yeah, Jitney. Yeah. And you know, of course, you know my good friend, may he rest in peace, my Joe Frizz, Coriopolis, Pennsylvania. Yeah. I never really asked Joe why he chose West Virginia. I mean, but because he was from the Pittsburgh area, you know. But we played in, I think it was the Dapper Dan or one of the tournaments up there in high school, and they announced I was going to West Virginia, and he came over and said he was going to West Virginia. I was like, all right, cool. And we made a good connection, you know.
Yeah.
And, he was in my wedding, you know, and my son Isaiah was going to
Edinburgh.
My son, my son was born with spina bifida. He played wheelchair basketball at Edinburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe used to pick him up all the time from the airport or something like that, and take him out to lunch and, you know, all that stuff like that before he was diagnosed. Yeah, but and then Losey, when he was down there for the play, he used to go over.
All the kids met.
Sherelle met him whenever my daughter Sherelle coached for Fairfield and a couple of other colleges and stuff like that. Anytime she'd go to Pittsburgh, she would call Joe and said, we need to get some food from different places. We need to find a restaurant. And Joe would give him all the restaurants and stuff like that, man. So, yeah, great friends from Pittsburgh. And then I had on the show.
So you're not the only one he likes from Pittsburgh. He lied to you, Sam.
Yeah. And then my man Curtis Martin. Yeah. And I had Curtis in my Bible studies, and we became really good friends, and had him on the podcast as well. Curtis was that's my man, Curtis there. And I like a lot of people from Pittsburgh, man.
So you Jets or Giants then? What you?
Jets or Giants?
Which one
he was the Jets.
No, which one were you? Which one you want? Who do you cheer for?
I like all New York teams.
Keyword was like.
I like all New York teams, but I'm old school, right? So I got to go back to when I was a little kid and I got my first football helmet was the Jets and Joe Namath.
Joe Namath.
You know, when they won the championship. And
Pittsburgh got Joe Namath.
Yeah, Joe Namath. And he was the smoothest dude. And then the Giants, I got to go back to Fran Tarkenton. Now, many people don't know that Fran Tarkenton was quarterback of the Giants. And I loved because he was the first guy who moved in the pocket.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Everybody, traditional quarterback, drop back and throw the ball.
Stand back, yeah.
Yeah, and he would start running all over the place. I said, what is he doing? You know, and so I was intrigued by that as well. You know, so yeah, great teams back then. And then,
But you know what? The real New York team is the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my God.
Because the other two are from New Jersey.
I ain't mad at that, man. We got to root for somebody.
I hear you, man.
And you know, Buffalo's so far out the way, and it's more closer to you than it is.
It is. It's only but 3 hours from us. But hey, Buffalo, man. I feel bad for Josh Allen, man, because You can't get past Patrick Mahomes, man.
Yeah. And
well, Charles Barkley never got past Michael Jordan. It is what it is. Neither did Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, Karl Malone.
Yes.
Yeah,
he crushed a lot.
Clyde
of people,
Drexler.
A lot of people's hearts got crushed because of Mike.
Yeah, and Philadelphia is hoping that they don't get that happen because it's hard to root against Patrick. I mean, when you talk about the Super Bowl and playing football all those years, because you transition from playing basketball. I mean, how was that? I mean, it was next thing I know, I hear, because you got drafted by the Phoenix Suns. We playing in the CBA.
No, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking, Sam, man, you were balling out, man. I don't know why you wasn't on the Phoenix Suns. And then next thing I know, somebody said, Sam playing football. Football? Okay, so 12 years. So talk about that transition, man.
You didn't mention? Who? No, you really didn't. Other than, I just want to make you digress for a minute. You went my mama, your family, but what about that queen right there?
Yeah, let's talk about before we get into the football. Let's talk about the wife.
You got to talk about the queen and the fam.
Yeah.
You got to talk about the queen though. Her name is Terry with the I. She always every time somebody write her name down, they put a Y. They spell my name with a Y. I got an I. So I and everything though. So Terry and I have been married. And this is both of our second marriage.
Okay.
Right? So we've been married 29 plus years. Be 30 in November 27th. Be 30 years. She's been my strength. Really been my strength though, because we have been on one ride, and God has blessed us tremendously, and throughout the years and the places we've been and things we've done. And she's been on that ride with me, man, and she is my rock, man. I mean, she keeps me going. My laughter, even though some of her jokes are corny sometimes. She might have heard that. She in the other room. No.
Yeah, wait till you get off that podcast.
Give me a little laugh here on them lines. But she's been my rock, and between us we have 5 kids, and we couldn't do it without her. Seriously, she's amazing. She's just been amazing, and then been my strength. Besides Jesus Christ, she's been my other strength. She's been my strength and my rock.
And the kids and grandkids.
And man,
yeah, little Junior. He played a little ball too.
Yeah. Both of my boys played ball though, man. My other son was in the D2 school. Yeah, this is my oldest son right there. Got drafted. That was Sam Jr. And he's right now.
I remember him from USC.
Yeah,
that's a 2 connection because Gus went to USC. I was at Gus's retirement at USC, and then people probably won't remember this, but Tim Gergerich. I love Tim Gergerich as a coach, and he was on the Seattle Supersonics. He was a defensive genius. Yeah, I mean everything about defense. When he was coaching, and he was there with Gus.
Yeah,
and Lenny Wilkins and all those guys back there in the day, man. So but talk about them kids and grandkids as well, man.
Yeah, they and like I said though, Sam is he's assistant coach with the Charge.
Okay.
With the Cleveland Charge and everything like that though. So he's still trying to stay. He's trying to break into the NBA. He's doing well. He really like it. He really like it though.
That picture's too cute right there.
Yeah, and nobody live in the same state. Nobody. We have 5 kids in 5 different states. You
know what I said? What I told Lowe's? I said, this is what we're going to do when we get old. I said that we got all these kids, and we're going to just take a couple of months, and we're going to go to each kid's house, and we're just going to go from house to house. We ain't going to no nursing home. I'm going to be 2 months. We're going to be 2 months at your house, 2 months at your house, 2 months at your house. And every time we come to the house, we're going to take our shoes off at the door or somewhere in the middle of the living room. We're going to eat our food and leave the dishes on the table somewhere.
Right.
We gonna eat up everything in the refrigerator and not replace it.
That's right.
So you got a whole bunch of people you can eat from. y'all just put it in your calendar. This month we going here. You got 5 different states. Y'all got like vacation time.
Vacation time. Yeah, vacation time. I'm telling you though. So, but they all are. The closest one is my daughter's here in Pittsburgh. But the closest one is my stepson. He's in Cleveland. That's what most. Oh, I'm sorry. My oldest son, I forget. I'd say he's in Cleveland Charge. He just moved to Cleveland. He's been in Cleveland now for 2 years. He's been out of California all the time. I forget he's back. That's where I told you my mind ain't like yours, Lo. And then we got one in Dallas, and one in Indianapolis. So we're all over the place, and I'm blessed to have them, and blessed to that they have grown into. I only got the one girl, wonderful young men and women. The woman, and we're just pleased that as a parent, you always try to do right by your kid, and then when you see them all do well, there's nothing more and that's bring a joy and smile to your face than seeing all 5 of your kids do well.
Yeah. But you could tell your Dallas child that Losey's going to be in Fort Worth, which is only 30 minutes away, and go check out Ain't Too Proud in Fort Worth.
I told him though, man. Yeah, he just had a new baby there. Well, his first child, and right now, and he works from home, so he be working, and you call him, and he's babysitting and working from home. Listen,
here you go. Look, tell him. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He gonna be in Fort Worth.
We got plenty of time to make it. No, I'm gonna tell him though, because
I'm gonna send him that little flyer. I'm gonna text you that flyer.
That flyer, I sent it to him.
I'm gonna tell you, okay. And just quickly, you had a great career in basketball at Pittsburgh. Man, I think we got a couple of pictures. Back at Pittsburgh. Yeah, Super Sam.
Super Sam, man. Hey, I always tell my kids, say, listen, and I like especially my grandkids, I say, I really was the first Superman.
Slam, bam, Clancy. That right there.
Yeah, I tell them all the time, I said, Poppy was the first Superman. I said, before Shaq and all those guys, I said, look at that. I said, I was wearing the S on the chest. hey, then I show them some of these pictures. I said, see, you think Poppy's lying now.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Hey, with me laying down with the man shirt on, one of my coworkers, we had a, like a white elephant gift at work. And he go there, he take that picture there, and he put it on one of these long pillows. A white elephant gift. And so I'm up there upstairs on the bed. We were across like that, but only my one grandson, the 11-year-old, every time he comes, I got the Sam Bam pillow. I want the Sam Bam pillow. Don't let nobody else get it though, man. But yeah.
Oh man, that was a good thing. Yeah.
But talk about the transition though. Lord, we got a million stories, you and I. We get distracted though, but I'll tell you how it happened though. And I'm here. I know nothing about football. I played high school football in Fifth Avenue when we were, number 2 in the country. In basketball
in high school, we probably was number 6,070th in football. Where we were. I could go to play. And I only played because in high school you played because the 2 guards played. So that's why I played football. Didn't enjoy it in high school or nothing like that, right? But it was fun. It was fun. On game day you get out early because we City League, we had to play in the afternoon. Wasn't no night games. Right.
So anyway, so he transferred to after I got drafted by the Phoenix Suns in '81. And Phoenix, John McLeod was the coach.
Yes.
You remember John McLeod there, and then they had Chuck Robinson on the team, who was about probably an inch taller than me.
Right.
And McLeod, he said, Sam, man, we really like you. We had a good camp, but we need a bigger power forward. And I know, even you know, I wasn't really 6'7", though. I'm lying about. I mean, I never been past 6'5 3/4. As much as I try to stretch that neck out and try to ease up on the heels, put them heels down. 6'5 3/4, man. But I had to have everybody put 6'7". I mean, I'm playing big man. Made me look big,
Yeah.
And, you know how it is, though, man. So I get to Billings, Montana, and in December, if you remember, in December when we had to be there, it was snow on a crazy now, and these little crop duster planes make it in there. Not like today where planes are canceled. Yeah, that much snow out there in the area, right?
Nah, they didn't cancel.
And,
You going in there?
They didn't cancel. So I get to the room. I get to my room, and that light flashing. So you got a message down at the front desk. You got to go to, you guys know.
Go to the front desk and get the
message. Go to the front desk and get that pink slip. I go down and get it, and then it was the Seattle Seahawks, man. It was Seattle Seahawks, and guy name was Chuck Allen, and he was the player personnel director for the Seahawks, and he had told me. So I go there, and and of course these are the great days when everybody answered the phone.
Right.
Not like now. Hey, if you wouldn't have FaceTime me, though, I was like, I don't know. I don't recognize that number. I'd have hung up on you. But it came off his Facebook.
Me too.
Came off your Facebook page. So I said, oh, that's Lowe's call here. So, but anyway, these are, I called him and he said, Sam, he said, Jackie Sherrill, who was the Pitt football coach while I was there for 4 years, who tried to get me to play football. And I did go out for the team 1 week is how I got to the Seahawks. And he said, Jackie Sherrill gave us your name. And he said that he think that you could compete for a job in the NFL. Now, I only played spring ball, 1 week of spring practice with Jackie Sherrill. Now, for Jackie Sherrill to call Seattle, because those days they had 250 people in camp.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah,
so
a lot of people.
Here, and he said, son, would you like to try out for an NFL team? And so I look out that window at the hotel we were staying in.
the Holiday Inn. The Holiday Inn and practicing on the Indian reservation.
Right off the highway. Bro. And they got snowmobiles out there cranked up running and stuff. I'm like, I said, yes, sir. I give it a shot. And but the good thing, he said, hey, play your basketball season. All right. And we will be in touch. And I'm like, oh, hey. I'm like, yes, sir. So, I played the season, had fun, didn't ever hear from him again, bro. And I'm like, I'm thinking it's a fluke, man. So on draft day, NFL draft day, I'm getting ready to go up to the Ozanam, the outside court that I grew up on. I'm getting ready to go play my cousin, who's about he's a point guard. That's how I try to keep my athleticism is guard somebody faster than me, smaller. And we play one-on-one full court. We just play one-on-one full court. And we on the way out the door, my mom called me in the house and said, hey, there's a Mr. Allen on the phone. I'm like, man, Mr. Allen, I forgot all about him. I go, man, get the phone up, and he go, hey, Sam, it's Chuck Allen. Do you still want to try out for the NFL? I go, yes, sir. I said, yes, sir. I mean, I already been told I'm too small to play in the NBA. And, and I only had a 12 foot. I only can go no farther out than 12 feet from the basket. You know that, though. I'm playing, like that. Hey, I'm big man. 6'7" or 6'5 3/4 big man. You know how them days were.
Yeah.
No 3-point line. And I go there and he said, hey, well, we're gonna bring you up with the free agents, and that'll be in May. He said we the draft picks come up in the April, and then the free agents come up in May. I said, yes, sir. So he asked him the one question that got me drafted. He said, has anybody else have contacted you about playing in NFL? And I go, the Washington Redskins contact me, which they have, but I threw a letter. They didn't physically contact me like he did. So, it's a little white lie, but it wasn't a lie. They contacted me. I got a letter in my mailbox saying the Washington Redskins wants you to try out for their team. I said, the Washington Redskins, he said, they have? He said, okay, let me call you back. Just like that. Call me back 2 minutes. He said, Sam, congratulations. I said, for what, sir? He said, we just drafted you, 11th round. I said, oh, thank you, sir. I said, sir, what do that mean now? You know what I'm saying? All I know is basketball. You know, like, what does that mean now? He said, well, now you come up with the draft picks and you get a signing bonus. I said, all right now. You know, yeah. So when they drafted me 11th round, hey, Jay, as a tight end. But listen, he go and he tell you they know nothing about me. Only that they said Jackie Sherrill said that I can compete. And he go ask a question. He said, son, what position would you like to play? Now, I played 3 positions in high school. It was offensive tackle, but I played mostly defensive end and tight end. And I said, hey, I love glory. I said, I like scoring a touchdown. I like tight end. So they drafted me as a tight end, though. But as you know, I played
defense.
I played as a defensive end because we got a new coaching staff. And Chuck Knox, the old Buffalo Bills coach.
Oh, yeah.
And he's from right here, from Pittsburgh area, from Sewickley area outside of Pittsburgh. And, all you know is that I was a basketball guy. They was planning on cutting me until they moved me to defensive end. It was the best thing they ever done. Best thing for me, because my natural athletic ability came into play as a defensive lineman more than it did as a tight end. If you know what I mean. When they talk about bend and turn, spin moves, things like that, though, shake, wiggle, and beat the guy, and then hit his hands down, all those things right there I see on the basketball court. And I incorporated that into the pass rush. And the reason why I was able to hang around so long, being an ex-baller.
Right. Wow. Yeah, no, that was and the crazy thing, people don't know this. I don't even know if my wife knows this, right? But I think it was my junior year. I got invited to the.
I do know that.
Yeah, I got invited to the football coach called me, and I went down to the football stadium, and the Dallas Cowboys were there, and along with the Raiders and I think it was another team, and they said, son, are you interested in playing football? I was like, nah, I ain't
Not really.
I ain't trying to get hit. He's like, he said, no, you're going to do some hitting. I said, hitting? They hurt both ways. Whether you hit them or they hit you, what difference does it make? He said, yeah, but he said, you got speed, quickness, athleticism. I mean, you be an excellent corner. We watch you play, and we put the weight on you. You lift the weights and stuff like that. I said, man, sir, I'm going to the NBA. I don't know about no football, man, but that's my goal, man.
That's your goal, yeah.
But they wanted to draft me. I mean, and that's the same thing with Gus. Gus got drafted by the Raiders, and so yeah, a lot of people got drafted, and NFL teams looked at you. But I had never played football. I mean,
back in those days, though, man. If I still tell everybody today, I said, I think a basketball player can play any sport because of his athleticism, his agility that he's developed, and the skills that he developed. Mm-hmm. The only thing with football is, like you said, can you take the hit? Right. Can you dish out the hit? And can you learn from it? Is the main thing, and that's what I had to do. My jaw still cracks today because of I got a helmet up under there for being too high. You come to basketball, first thing you do, you want to peek.
Yeah.
And the offensive lineman put that helmet right up under my chin, and taught me a lesson though. And now, what I did as in the NFL, things I did that I learned when I was playing basketball, I would visualize and see myself making the play, or in football wise, I'm seeing myself what the coach is teaching me. I'm seeing how he telling me how to step with your feet, how to use your hands, so how to get off the blocks. So I had to see myself that thousands of times before I even can compete with the guys who've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And like I said, a couple of helmets up under the chin teach you a lesson. Right? You learn how to use those hands. You even learn to keep them pads down and keep. So it's a lesson learned, man. And I'm gonna tell you now, it was probably the hardest thing I had to do, as far as on the basketball court, you know, we think we're this great athlete though. And on a football field, man, and you know me, you know how I play. I mean, I like to be physical, and I always thought I was not a bully, but a tough guy on the court. If a big guy said
the enforcer,
the enforcer. If a center come and said to pick on my point guard and knock his head off, it's up to me to go there and
whack
him
him
or something and get him back some kind of way.
Yeah.
They know that hey, I'm here, and but football where I was a tough guy, and I'm like, oh my goodness, man, everybody here is a tough guy. So where I was the man on the basketball court, and we just said a man among men, hey, on there, I'm like, oh, whoa. These are men. They got family. They got family.
Yeah, you lasted what, 12 years?
Man, 12 years, man. 12, 13. You count. Well, I had 11 years in NFL. My first year, how I learned, I was on injury reserve though. That's how I learned the game.
Yeah,
it's a blessing, bro. It was injury reserve that they put you on, and you they will practice when you come off of injury reserve. That's how I learned the NFL way. And hey, every day I'm out there working hard trying to edit tight end. Wait, edit tight end though. Let me give you this story. You'll love this one though. You and your wife will love this one though. So, how like I said, Jack Patera was the coach in Seattle. So and he came to me when I'm the fourth week of training camp with an inter squad scrimmage where I hyperextended my knee. And if you remember, those are the days where there were 6 weeks training camp. The vets come in for 2 weeks and train to get in shape in camp. All right, matter of fact, in 1982 was the first season for off-season workouts, but it wasn't mandatory. So all the vets still would come in late, and while we doing 2 weeks of rookie camp, they have to just run. They doing just straight conditioning, So anyway, we had an inter-squad scrimmage still, and when the vets came back in the fourth week, and I had extended my knee, and I'm like, so I got to get arthroscopic surgery. This arthroscopic surgery was fairly new, but they said the rehabilitate. I mean, you would come back just like that, so Jack Patera coming in. I'm on the training table. I'm thinking I'm going home. I'm ready to get that plane ride back home now. A bus ticket, whatever they do then. And he comes and say, "Hey Sam, we've seen enough of you." I said, "Hey coach," because he walking. He's the big guy. He walking. I'm thinking like, this is a walk of death, man. I'm dead. So he comes and Sam, we've seen enough of you. We think we want to we're going to put you on injury reserve. And I said, Coach, I don't even know what that means. Which, you didn't know because,
Yeah.
He said, the doctor says that you're going to be 3 weeks, you'll be back. And then by that time, we're down at the facility. Yeah, so when you come back, you are allowed to practice the whole year with the team. And he said, you'll get a chance to learn and develop. I said, oh, thank you. He said, and you get your full salary. I said, oh, thank you, coach. Thank you. Because, I had a wife and I had a kid on the way then too. I was born in Seattle. So I'm like, thank you, coach. And I go there, man, because I ran a 4.6. I ran a 4.6 40. So that, and then being 6'5", that's okay, something we could work with. But anyway, so the next year, fast forward to the next year, I'm ready to compete. All right, yeah, Mike Tice, who used to be Minnesota head coach, he was a tight end. He was a starting tight end. Yeah, Pete Messelar, who was in my draft class, he got drafted in the second round, so he's there. And then he had another guy named John Carpenter. He already played 11 years, and he's only about 6'2". I'm like, man. So my odds, I'm like, right now, that's the spot I want. You know what I'm saying? That's the spot I want right there. He's a third tight end. I mean, I think I got so much upside, even though he already played. He's on his downside. He's 11 years.
Right. So
in this whole offseason, I'm telling you, I'm ready. Terminology, I got it down, man. I'm ready to compete, man. I'm still the fourth tight end, and I'm saying odds are good because when I went to Seattle my rookie year, I'm the seventh tight end. So I figured I'm working my way on up, and I'm gonna take this spot. What did they do? 2 weeks before training camp, they bring in Charlie Young, San Francisco 49er All-Pro tight end. Lowe's. Oh man, I'm telling my brother, I'm coming home, bro. I'm coming home. So we get to camp, and I know you got a time limit on it. We get to camp, and I got a blue 84 in my locker. And I'm like, hey, blue 84. I'm like, so I said, man, why I got blue 84, man? Offense is white. And then Jacob Green, one of the defense line, he was the captain, and he go, they didn't tell you, man. They moved you to defense. I said, defense? Last week, man, I was playing tight end. You know, so they're ready to cut me off the list, man, you know, and stuff. But hey, like I said, God had a plan, brother.
That's right.
And, and the plan worked out, man, because I didn't know, didn't expect it, but it was that position was ideal for what I've already known and already learned from the hoop court, bro.
That's right. Yeah. So, man, before we get off here.
You know what we didn't show? And this was he
What's
talked
that?
about this, but I just thought this was really nice.
Oh, man, those are my two guys right there. Herb Douglas, Tony Dorsett. Oh, my goodness. Listen.
Yeah, man.
Herb Douglas was also a mentor. I got a chance to meet Herb in this role since I've been at Pitt. Herb Douglas taught me all about my African American history at Pitt for the student athletes, brother. All right, all the greats. I mean, John Woodruff and Jimmy Joe Robinson, guys who I didn't hear about until I got back to Pitt and through Herb Douglas. You know, and that was one of those generations. Herb, God rest his soul, just passed away last year at 100 years old.
Wow.
And then, but he would call me, and this is one of our Hall of Fame deals. So this might be the very first one, all right, or the century of change. But Tony Dorsett was a mentor to me. Was one of the main reasons I came, because he's a local boy. What he accomplished at Pitt, I didn't think I could accomplish that. I didn't think I could be in the same breath as Tony Dorsett, as had my jersey retired though. But it was a dream come forward, and like I said, I get a chance to host Tony when he come to Pittsburgh. But it's an honor to me to take him all over the place, because he trusts me in the situation of his what football have done to him, and everybody know about how things are with some players with the CTE things, and Tony is struggling from that though. But when he come to Pittsburgh, it's like he never he don't miss a beat with meeting people and conversation. He remember his first run from high school. You know,
that boy.
The bad thing about the short term memory is what he struggled with.
Yeah,
that's why I love him. That's why I love him, and I appreciate his wife trusting me with him when he come up here to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So, 12 years. You've seen a lot of Super Bowls, right? You was in coaching. What about tomorrow, man?
Well, you guys found pictures. I ain't never seen this radio picture in the snow here. I'm telling you. Man, hey, your wife must do some research here. I know she's a researcher.
That's him. That's Lowe's. Lowe's did that.
My specialty is the research.
Okay,
my specialty is to find the stuff. She could do everything else, and she could do the research. But you know what she said to me one day when she was doing all that stuff? She said, "Man, I gotta teach you to fish."
Because if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach him to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So I told him, go fishing, because I'm tired.
Yeah, so I had to put my own skills. I had to figure out I had some skills and do something, you know. But tomorrow, Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who you like, man? Who you like, Super Bowl?
Oh man, hey, man, you know, I'm one of those guys. Listen, I love. I really. I got two quarterbacks who I really like.
Yeah, me too. It's hard.
You really like though, man. Even when Jalen Hurts, I liked him when he was in college. When he left from Alabama, went to Oklahoma, still bring home national championship. You know, they gave him the back seat to what's the guy? Was it Tua? Gave him the back seat to somebody. You know,
right?
And all he do is win too.
Right.
And you got Patrick Mahomes. Where?
Yeah. Yeah, two great teams, man. Two great
now
teams.
Tom Brady's gone. You look at that.
Everybody got a chance. Yeah.
I want Patrick to win only because everybody kept saying nobody will ever catch Tom. So the closer he gets, he might be able to do it.
Right now, he's doing it younger than what Tom did.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you,
Tom was the man.
I want to pick Philly because we got 3 pick athletes on Pickett, Kenny Pickett, Avante Maddox, and we got a guy on the practice squad, AJ Woods. But if it's a close game, and my gut is telling me
Saquon
that no. And if Kansas City get the ball last,
it's over. It's over.
Yeah, he like the Michael Jordan of football.
It's a wrap. So, I like Kansas City because nobody has done a 3-peat.
Yeah.
Be the first football team to do a 3-peat. So but listen, I if it's a good game and either they play well, I do love both teams,
right?
In the land of the Steelers and playing for the Browns, So, but I do think that I would love to see Mahomes, who is a African American quarterback, be the first one to get 3-peat.
Wow, that's a history maker there.
You know how hard it is to win at any level, to do it 3 times in a row at the highest level. Man, that's something special there. Now I'm telling you, that is something special. It'll be good though, man. Hey, Saquon is a beast. I'm telling you, even though went to Penn State, another school, he went to Penn State. I gotta give him his props. Give him his props though, man. Hey, the Giants is crazy. They don't know how to build. They didn't know how to build around him. So they decided to get rid of him. And the way the NFL is talking, like running backs are their value has decreased, which is
that's crazy.
2 guys showing you that ain't true.
That's not true.
Saquon and Derrick Henry.
That's right. And then you see the whole Detroit Lions. Their running backs are crazy.
They show you, hey, no, we're still value.
Oh yeah, they first of all, in my mind, they always gonna be value. They're the key for me. The running back is always the key to success of the quarterback, because if they don't run well, right,
the quarterback ain't passing well.
That's right. They on you.
Well, that's also why you need an inside game and an outside game in basketball. It's the same concept. Yeah. You can shoot all jump shots, but if you ain't got no rebounders and anybody to get the ball inside, you need both.
That's why they need the big man. They didn't need the big man to come back. They need the power forward to come back. You need the center to come back.
The centers are weak now, boy, because everybody's out. Everybody's launching like Steph Curry now. Especially you get the Europeans that come, they can shoot the lights out.
That's right. Yeah. And now you got, now everything is data driven. All the stats, statistics, analytics, all that kind of stuff.
Analytics, though. It's killing. It's and you get these young GMs who are into that stuff, though. They into the numbers and hey, but this number show here, we do this right here. And I remember my son was telling me, he said, Dad, this analytics is crazy. he said we go there and we break it down. He was helping out the Cavs. And he said, and then they talk about, when LeBron when he's over here on the left side, if he dribble 3 times to his left hand, he'll come back to his right hand, and then he's gonna sidestep. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. This is what y'all report, so it's crazy though. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Though, man.
Let me say this last thing, man, is that when I was with Gail Catlett, when he came in at West Virginia, he would say, we don't want nobody shooting in the corners, because it's bad to shoot in the corners. Data says you can't shoot well from the corners. And I hit like 3 in a row from the corner, right? And then he was like, after the first time, he said, "Look, I told you don't go to shoot in front of the basket." And I came down and forgot. You forget. Go on the other side, shoot the corner. I'm just shooting shots. And I hit the third one. He said, "Well, okay, hold on, timeout." After you fuss with me twice, timeout. Well, only he can shoot from the corner.
You had the corner jumper now. You had the corner jumper, though, man. But man, Gail, that was a good coach too, though, man. He was a good coach, man. You guys.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Yeah. So Sam, I want to thank you, man. Hold on for a second. I'm about to close this show down. It was great talking to you, man. Great.
Hey.
We're gonna stay in touch.
Hey,
right?
man, hey, we definitely got to stay in touch. It's a pleasure meeting your wife, man. You guys are a great team, man. You know, like my wife and I are a great team, man. I know she's your rock, though, but it's
we're going on what? 42 years.
Oh, man, congratulations. Congratulations. We ain't there yet, though, so we're getting there.
So, I want to say thank you to everybody for joining me this morning on the Blueprint Podcast, man. I love you guys, man. Thank you for your support. Right, I look forward to seeing you next week as we have the NBA All-Star Special on next Saturday morning. I don't know who my guest is yet, but we're gonna be talking about Gus Williams, and
it's going to be 9 a.m. to 10:30 next week. Too.
Yeah, 9 a.m. to 10:30 next week. I mean, I love you guys, and I say this each and every week. If the Lord allow you to wake up tomorrow, make tomorrow your masterpiece. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Lowe's More, the Blueprint Podcast. Stay connected and follow us at our website, www.lowesmore.com. That's LOWESMOORE.com. You can also join the discussion on Twitter at Lowe's More and on Facebook at Lowe's More Jr. As always, thank you for pushing your mindset towards a better reality. This concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast to stay fully up to date with everything we're up to. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.
What they teaching is a joke. I ain't buying it like I'm broke. Insufficient funds for insignificant.